Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? My name is Matthew. I work for boateye 360, and I'm here with Drew, the owner of boateye 360. And today we're gonna just answer the most frequently asked questions that you guys have, uh, and we're gonna explain our camera.
That's right. So there's no specific topic today. We're just going to answer, all the questions we get all the time from our customers, whether it is, related to our cameras or the use case or, how we make it, some of the issues we have and whatnot. So yeah, we'll start. I'll actually introduce you, like who you are. So Matthew doesn't really have a proper title. We're looking for a title, but his main job is I would say on the manufacturing side. So he does assembly, he does the packaging, shipping, customer support, sometime really anything and everything. Uh, but yeah, so Matthew knows a lot more about putting cameras together than even I do lately because I'm really focused on the R&D side. So anyway, let's talk about some of the things that you have seen, so far at boateye 360. Some of the common questions that customers get us. So I guess you want to start with just pick one question,
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
we'll answer it together.
I would say the most common question that we get here at boateye, from my personal experience, is what is our camera compatible with, like chart plotters, the outputs, the inputs, the power cords, stuff like that. Like, what chart plotters can you use this with? Like, for instance, my boat has a Garmin 86. Would I be able to use your camera on our boat? And that's roughly some of the questions that we
Right.
get. Yeah, the
So
most
right.
common
So I'll
questions.
answer that one. Since I'm more on the technical side. Yeah, so compatibility. We have a whole page on our website that talks about what is compatible and what is not compatible. And yeah, it can get a little bit confusing, especially if you don't know what you have. A lot of our customers don't know what chart plotters they have. I mean, yeah, they'll say Garmin or Simrad, but there's different models. Almost, I would say, majority of chart plotters are compatible with our camera, whether it's RCA or HDMI, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But basically, we have two outputs. The cameras, actually, it's easier to show. The camera has two outputs. We have the HDMI port, and then we have this power connector. But inside of this cable, there's also a video port, which is analog video. Some people call it RCA. In the Garmin, it says CVBS on the back of the MFD. But it's basically an analog video. So one camera, two outputs. Almost, I would say most 90%, 95% chart plotters out there has some sort of video input. You can either just physically look behind your MFD, your chart plotter, and see what you have, or you can just Google the model number and look it up that way. You can call us, you can text us. Some of the most common chart plotters are, I would say, Garmin and Simrad are the most common brand, at least here in Florida, for recreational boating. But the other alternative is to use our external screen, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But
Another question we get too is it full color as well? Like, are you able to see the color of the channel markers?
yes, yeah.
So
So we only sell full color cameras right now. We don't have thermal. Maybe we will in the future. But for right now, we're focusing on full color low light cameras. So yes, these are full color cameras. You will see green markers, red markers. You will see the flashing lights. It just has a lot more detail. The sunsets look amazing.
well, we were in that one area that one time that we were unfamiliar with, and
Right,
it was so dark we couldn't read the sign.
right.
So we actually pulled the boat up to the sign and read it with the camera. So that was pretty amazing. Hey guys, let me show you guys this. Look, if you were out here boating and this is a new area for you and you didn't know what the sign said, look at this. You can literally read the sign on the screen. It says resume normal safe operation.
Right.
And I'm reading that from the screen.
Show them how dark it is because we can't see that marker.
Where is it at? Yeah, you can't read it. You don't know what it says. You don't.
gonna start backing out because I don't know how shallow it is here, but you can still see what it says.
Yeah, that's.
So as a new boater, right? This is really crucial. If you're exploring any areas, especially at night, that you don't know what's going on, you can literally pull up to a sign. If you had a thermal camera, you cannot see. I mean, you can see the sign, but you cannot see what it says on it.
Yeah.
So these full color cameras, and again, tonight is literally no moon, and I don't see any stars either. I see a lot of cloud cover.
Yeah, it's a lot of clouds.
So this will get a lot better if you had even a tiny bit of moon out, right? Now, yes, you're right. You could, in theory, shine a. Hold on, I need to get out of here first and run around. But you could turn your spotlight on and shine the sign. But what happens is it will reflect back because those are reflective signs. So basically, if you were to shine your spotlight on it, you won't able to see the sign. So these full color night vision camera that really help you navigate in dark waters when you don't know where all the signs are, what they mean. I mean, that says resume normal operation, but that could also say shallow area or protected zones. It could be anything, right?
Yeah.
So it's an essential tool if you go out at night. But versus these are 1080p, so these are way more in a higher resolution than a typical thermal camera will. I mean, not to mention we have HDMI output at 1080p, so we're not even stuck with analog anymore, and we're reaching into 4K territories in the future. Whereas the chart plotters, mature and they get better and better technology wise, we are keeping up with those specs as well. So in that sense, you get a nice wide angle view with higher resolution and full color. It's much easier to navigate with that versus a narrow field of view, a lower resolution black and white image, right? Now, that doesn't mean that that camera is bad. I mean, for search and rescue, I'd say thermal is best because if you're trying to find a person in the water, then it's going to pick up that person like nothing else will.
Of course.
And the other reason I would say, the pros and cons, right? So the problem with these is if you go offshore, let's say you're running, 50, 100 miles offshore, and if there is no moon and it's cloudy night, then these cameras, they suffer, right? The quality goes down. And it kind of goes with really any low light full color camera in the market. They need some minute amount of ambient light. And we'll get into this a little bit more because we do get a lot of questions.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll let you continue with your next question.
So not saying thermal's bad. It has its advantages,
Right.
just like we do. Yeah.
Right, yeah. I mean, in simple words, like if you have the budget, I would get both, obviously, but I understand that not everybody can afford it. I couldn't afford it when I started this. So the full color cameras are much more affordable, right? And they're great for inshore navigation. Your tight channels, like you have like canals where there's people in the kayak hiding somewhere in the mangroves fishing without any lights on. Going to restaurants at night, near shore activities. I mean, it's fantastic for that.
All right. Another question that we get often is basically these are still a tool for safety, right? Just because you have our camera doesn't mean it's going to drive your boat and you're not going to hit anything. You know what I'm saying? Like you still want to be as safe as possible with our camera, and that's another thing. A lot of people think that you can just put our camera on and it's going to do.
I mean, what are you talking about? It's just going to like
it's going to
invisible shield around my boat, right?
Shield, yeah. So that's another thing that I think people should know as well. Is like even though you have our camera and our camera works great, you still need to be vigilant about what's around you, especially at night. I mean, we go offshore quite a bit, and I'll tell you, like we've shut the camera off on our way back, and Drew had me looking for channel markers, and out of about a dozen channel markers, I probably missed about 4 or 5 of them.
Right.
With no light on them. So it is very dangerous out there. You have to stay vigilant.
Well, because you couldn't see them because you were not like it was easy for me to see those markers because I had the Garmin charts pulled up on my boat.
Yeah.
And I knew I'm expecting a marker, so I would look up and I would see it, right? But what if that marker was not on the charts,
Yeah.
right? What if it's the marker had moved or maybe it was knocked down? So that was a good test for you to see, how many you can see. And it was a fairly dark night too,
Yeah, it
so it
made me
was really hard.
realize how many
Yeah.
you actually miss. Yeah. So, um, I guess another frequently asked question that we get about our cameras is the durability of our cameras. Like, how tough are they? What are they made out of? How long will they stand up to the saltwater conditions?
I don't know if they can see it, but it's 316 stainless. I mean, we have driven trucks on this, and we will show you some of the overlay. Maybe it's made like a tank.
Yeah, it's
I mean, you make these, so you know more than I do. But
yeah, they're sealed. They're watertight. They're sealed tight. Like you said, we driven a truck over it, a full size 4x4 truck on it.
it's a little bit technical. I mean, it's 316 stainless. It's not 304. Even the screws are titanium, so it's completely corrosion proof. We powder coat it just for looks. It really doesn't need powder coating. We do have customers that like the raw stainless look, so we do offer that as well. And as far as internals, it's purged with dry nitrogen, so there's no moisture inside. It's completely sealed.
People do ask a lot about the warranty on it and the return policy and everything like that. So that is a big question that we do get. Since we are a small company, people do they are concerned about that as well. So
Right. So we have 60-day refund policy on all our cameras. So let's say you get one and you don't like it. I understand. Just ship it back to us and we will refund you their money. And then 1 year warranty on top of that after the 60-day refund.
all right.
So we do stand behind our products.
And also, what size boat would you say that these are for? I mean, you can't maybe not a kayak, right?
I mean,
you could do it on a kayak. I've seen a lot of stuff on
say, yeah,
kayaks.
no, I wouldn't. Obviously, I would not put this on a kayak. It's no room. But practically speaking, I'd say anywhere from 17 foot to a 100-foot yacht or bigger. I mean, we've seen these cameras go on all sorts of things like tour boats, like commercial tour boats, right here in Florida.
The
We get a
ferry
lot of
that goes to
the ferries. We get, I mean,
the tri-tune.
all sorts of commercial vessels that we install this, but also like our most common customer is going to be your center console guys, and running out for early morning fishing trips, late evening fishing trips. Uh, so really, any boat 14 to however big you can get, it's completely fine. It is easier to install this on a T-top with fiberglass, like fiberglass T-top or a aluminum T-top, because you can do upside down, you can do up top, you can flip the bracket and keep the camera facing. You can remove the shield if you're going upside down. Um, we do get like things like pontoons, like you said, Triton earlier. They don't really have a T-top, at least not on all of them. And I have seen people install these underneath the pontoon. I mean, so far we haven't heard any complaints, so I'm assuming it's working great for them. So you have to be a little bit creative with certain boats that doesn't have a T-top, but it can be definitely done. And same thing with chart plotters. I understand a lot of folks up on the lakes don't really need a fancy chart plotter. They're just going out to do like a restaurant or something, and they may not have a video input. So instead of spending $3,000 to $5,000 on a chart plotter, you can buy a screen that we sell for $200. Now I said the price, but it might change in the future. So we're selling them at cost right now.
Mm-hmm. And now this bracket, you can use a different bracket than that bracket, correct?
To mount this, no, you have to use this bracket.
That one, but for the screen.
For the screen, yes. So the screen also has a bracket that we have a couple other options for it. I mean, you can in theory use any screen with HDMI input. It's a universal input. So we're not trying to lock down our users in any ecosystem, anything like that. It's universal standard. You can use these cameras with almost anything that supports those outputs.
Yeah, I've seen you find brackets for people that need brackets, and customer service is outstanding.
But so sometimes we get customers who are like, "How do I mount this screen on my boat?" and then we have to get a little bit creative. So we'll find like a custom bracket, like a ram mount or a sea sucker mount or something that lets them mount the screen either temporarily or permanently because of the layout and the style of their boat.
So when you purchase a camera from us, we're not like those companies. As you purchase it, you never hear from us again. I've heard Drew on the phone
Matthew won't leave
multiple
you alone.
times. But I've heard Drew on the phone multiple times helping people figure out their boat and navigate putting the camera onto their boat, and it's pretty impressive actually to tell you that I work for somebody that will help people out that much.
So yeah, we like to stay in touch with our customer,
course.
right? Because it's to me that's the most important thing. Getting that feedback from customer, you can't replace that. You can't get that anywhere else. So we like to stay in touch with our customers. It is getting done. Can't do it
There
in
was
a meeting or something.
there
But
was somebody that messaged us today that said, "I just got it. I can't wait."
yeah, the
Yeah,
camera.
yeah.
No, we love it. So don't be afraid to reach out to us. We like staying in touch with our customers. And if there's something wrong, let us know. We'll fix it. No one's perfect. We're not perfect.
Well, of course,
Uh,
and we're just like them. We go offshore. We
Mhm.
fish. We love boating. We love the water.
Yep.
That's why we
Well,
have so much passion.
that's why you started working here.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's why. Was because I love the culture of boating and to make an impact and help people with safety and be safer on the water. That was a big thing for me.
All right. All right. Well, let's not bore them with any more things. Thanks for watching. We probably forgot a lot of questions, but you can always comment them and we'll respond to those questions in the
Absolutely.
comment section. So, again, this is Drew from boateye 360, and this is Matthew. We make night vision cameras for boats, so you guys can go out at night and safely navigate and keep you, your family, and your boat safe. Thanks for watching.